Hi guys, welcome to another mini kit Monday video. This video is for layout number 1 of the 444 series. I have a video where I previously showed you how to cut each of the papers into 3 separate cuts, and that will end up making 4 layouts at the end of this series, or at the end of the month really. I decided that I was gonna do 2 sets of mini kit Monday 444 kits, which would end up making me 8 layouts. So I decided that since I had already cut the paper, I'm going to show you what I have here. And this is the first one. This is a 9x12, and then this is a 4x12, and this is a 1x12. And this is set number 1. And then the set number 2 had a 9x12 as well in the floral, and a 1-inch, or a red plaid in the 4x12, excuse me, and a 1-inch strip of wood grain. So I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the layouts. I'm going to show you the process of one of the layouts. Now this layout is not going to be a very typical layout because I have 3 photographs and I have them kind of in odd sizes. I might cut this one down to just a tad, but this is my little sister and my little brother, and this was the first time my little brother went to go visit my sister in Louisiana. My brother always seems to fall asleep wherever, and here he is asleep on the couch, and here he is again on that same couch. And this time my nephew decided to photobomb him in this picture, and then here the dog even decided to join him for a nap. So my sister snapped some photographs of him. We would always laugh so hard at my little brother falling asleep everywhere. I mean, I think it was even to the point where we would wake him up in the middle of the night before school. Like, it would be late, we would stay. This is when we were older going to school, but one time we woke him up right before we were gonna go to bed, and we tricked him into thinking it was really early in the morning to get ready for the first day of school. Oh my goodness, it's just hilarious with Richie, that's his name, and him falling asleep. So anyway, this, I might try to trim it so that it is at least 4 inches in height, so that there's some sort of, I was going to say like continuity, but this one isn't 4. And so I'm really not too worried about the size. I did want to include all 3 photos, and they were all 4x6. And if I didn't cut them down, then I didn't think that they would let the paper shine through as well. Even though the focus is on the photographs, I'm just going to trim these down as I'm talking. Even though the focus is the photographs or the story in and of itself, the photographs don't have anything in the background that's very important. And so I'm not too worried about cutting out the extra space in the photographs. What I am going to do is talk about that talk about the story of the photograph in the layout, and I think it'll be nice nonetheless. This was just a weird position that he slept in. His hand looks super rigid and straight, but I think it looks also double jointed. I think my sister's double jointed. I think he is too. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and start off with that. Those will be the 3 photos. If I don't know that I'll film the process for this second set of papers. Maybe I'll make 2 sets of videos for Mini Kit Monday this month. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the process. And like I said, this is going to be a super easy layout, and so maybe I'll be able to get both processes in. Who knows? But the intention here is that this is supposed to be a quick process, and so for me, that's generally easier said than done. I know that I want to matte the photos, especially since they are going to be in a little bit of a darker background. I want to highlight this photo, so I'm going to use white paper for this one. And I have, funny thing is that I don't have any white cardstock here, so I am going to use maybe some scratch sheet of paper. Don't know if I have any. I had already started pulling out embellishments that I think I might use. This is from the Crate Paper Acorn Avenue, and that's not gonna happen, so I'm not gonna do that. This is too bright of a green, and I had already trimmed it down because I thought I was going to want an edge on this paper like so, and then put this here and then this here. I'm either going to do the very edge, or I'm going to put this as a strip here on this border. But since I already cut this down, I'm not going to use this to wallpaper, and I am going to bring in one of the cardstocks that I had previously picked out for this kit. And what I want to do now is also distress ink the paper that I have here, especially with this one on the edge, because I don't like the way it's showing up against that dark brown paper. If I distress edge one side, it doesn't mean that I have to do it for all the sides and for every single paper also. It's just whatever mood strikes me. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I don't think in this particular instance I will do it, only because I also know that I'm layering more pieces. I just do this so that I don't have any extra ink. I don't know if that's showing up, but if I have any extra ink, I don't want it to smear on the rest of the paper. So I am going to do the main construction of my page, which will be this. And I am going to try and glue it, and I'm going to center it over to this side. And so I'm going to need some tape. Okay, so as you can see, I have not put out any videos, and I think today's the 21st. So this is the second to last Monday of the month, and next Monday is my layout shares. I don't think I even finished all of my mini kit Monday layouts, which is such a bummer. I'm not trying to put out excuses out there. I did start a new job. I don't know if anybody else has seen, or any of my subscribers have seen, any of you guys have seen my haul videos. I think I did mention it there. And we also started our children in Taekwondo. So the schedule changes are really not difficult, but they're just not that easy to adjust to. And so I'm having a bit of a moment here where I need another readjustment. And truth be told, for whatever reason, whenever it comes to editing and voiceovers, it's the hardest to get to. It's like one of those things that it's just like, do I really have to do it? And yeah, I guess I have to. I did have a real time talk while I was doing this, but it was about an hour long, and so I didn't want to put you guys through this, especially for a 4 for 4. I did realize that I was going to have a bit of a weird type of detached L formation on my layout, and I really tried so hard to bring in this Acorn Avenue chipboard in. You can also see that I tried to use some of these embellishments that are on the right hand side of the layout from Heidi Swap. They didn't get on the page, but I did manage to get a photo corner on the top left hand photograph. I kind of added these two photographs to finish up the L shape, and I overlapped them because it's just dead space on either one of those. And I also brought in some florals from the Warm and Cozy collection to kind of round out the layout itself, and I really like that. The photo corner and the floral on both ends of the photograph on the top are kind of competing for me, but once I added the wording, like the hello family and the chipboard pieces that are circles, it really worked out. I think it helped balance it out, and it gave it a focus on this is a bigger embellishment. And then I used other florals to get the line of sight going. And so I really liked how this ended up looking, and I add some final touches like these Acorn Avenue buttons. That's one of the goals that I wanted to do, was to use up most of it, if not all of it. I don't have any of the Acorn Avenue paper, but the embellishments were super cute, and I did have that and the chipboard sheet. Let's see here. I do also want to add this button, and I'm not sure that you saw or that I show on video whether or not I should add some Heidi Swap gold splatters. Now, what I am going to try to do is I am going to try and finish editing and voiceover the videos that I do have made, and then possibly do a sped up version of the final layouts that I still need to get out. And I'm so sorry. It was quite an adjustment to get this month's videos set in, and this is the easiest one of them all, which is what is kind of upsetting for me because more than anything, the 4for4 series makes it a whole lot easier. It's just not the scrapbooking itself. It's just in the editing that really, it's the editing that really slows my roll. It really slows my roll down. And so there's just no other excuse. It's the editing in itself. I do try and add a couple of felt pieces, and I managed to do it successfully. They come from this set of Korean stickers that you see to my left hand side, where I have my stack of embellishments. I did want to use these rub-ons, and they just did not work. I've had them for quite a bit of time. I won them from a giveaway that Steak Goddess was here on YouTube was doing, and I held on to them because I didn't have any of the other Jane Hadfield anything at that time. And so now that I do have it, I can't end up using it because they didn't work anymore. So use embellishments, people. Or what I should have done is I should have gotten a white sheet of paper at least and rubbed on the images off of the wax paper so that way at least I know that they're rubbed on something. Here is my journaling. What I did is I took a Project Life card and I notebook edge punched it, and then I wrote the little snippet of the story of the photographs, and then I used these Prima stickers. They have flocking according to it, but it just feels like a really weird rubbery texture, which is great because it still gives it texture nonetheless. But I ended up coloring it with Copics to kind of match the brown that I used for the matte, like that brown. And here you see me tying the button into place. And after that, it's the Heidi Swapp Gold Shine, and that's probably the end of what I do. You can see the whole Heidi Swapp color shine there. And here are some still photos. I hope you enjoyed this first layout from the Mini Kit Monday. I will try and put out all of the videos, and if they don't come out at the end of this week, I will just keep pushing them until I'm done with the videos. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the other Mini Kit Monday ladies that are participating. Becky, Traci, Dollie, Kathy, Leslie, and Shannon, and I'll have them linked down below. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.